Please remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated. Please let me take a moment to note, in the case of an emergency, the exit signs are clearly marked and are located at the side and back of the theater. The handicap exit is directly to the rear of the theater and to the right. Also, please turn off your cellular devices. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President and Academic Dean of Concord University, Dr. Peter Viscusi.
Thank you, Dr. Kreider, for your role as Grand Marshal. In today's ceremony, thank you also to Dr. Hudson and the Concords for their beautiful performance of our national anthem. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everyone at Concord University, I welcome you to the inaugural ceremony of the 12th President of Concord University, Dr. Kendra Bogus. The inauguration of university presidents offers an opportunity for reflection as we see ourselves as heirs to a rich tradition of intellectual endeavors reaching back centuries to the great centers of learning in the old world. I would like to introduce some of our special guests today. Please stand as you are called and be recognized. And please hold your applause until the complete list of people has been listed. I offer the warmest of welcomes to President Emeritus Dr. Jerry Beasley, President of Bluefield State College, Dr. Marcia Kratzing, President of Bridge Valley Community and Technical College, Dr. Joe Harris, President of New River Community and Technical College, Dr. Marshall Washington, Vice President for Academics at Appalachian Bible College, Mr. Daniel Hanshaw, Associate Provost for Fairmont State University, Dr. Jack Kirby, Dean of Nursing at Bluefield College, Dr. Jessica Sharp, Dean of Arts and Humanities at the West Virginia State University, Dr. Scott Woodard, Associate Registrar at the University of Charleston, Dr. Rhonda Shepard, Special Assistant to the President at Glenville State College, Dr. David Ballard, Graduate of Harvard University and Representative of Harvard University, Dr. Walter Klingensmith, Representative for West Virginia Wesleyan, Reverend Dr. Joseph Keniston. I also welcome members of our Board of Governors, faculty, and staff, both current and retired, our student body, alumni, members of our various foundations, and members of the West Virginia Legislature. We would like to offer a special welcome to Concord University's first gentleman, Mr. Todd Boggess, and the entire Boggess family. We are privileged to host this distinguished platform party, whose members have come together today to bring greetings from their constituent groups as Concord University moves forward under the leadership of a new president. We are also honored to have received a number of congratulatory letters from various dignitaries. They wanted to be here today but could not be here due to government business, and they were otherwise obligated. You will find a number of these letters in the front of your program.
Greetings on behalf of the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission will be brought to you by the Chancellor, Dr. Paul Hill.
Good morning. On behalf of Governor Earl Ray Tomlin and the Higher Education Policy Commission, especially Bruce L. Berry, our chairman of the commission, it is indeed an honor for me to be here today to send our heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Kendra Boggess on her inauguration as Concord University's 12th president. President Boggess is a vibrant, confident, compassionate leader. And I believe that no matter the issue, what drives her most is her love for this campus and this community, and her passion to see students succeed. As a first-generation college graduate herself, she knows what it takes to reach your dreams, how much you have to believe in yourself, and how hard you have to work. So I believe she thinks about her own experiences and the challenges she overcame every day as she works to make the best decisions for the students of Concord University. As a faculty member, her academic experiences here at Concord University give her great respect for and understanding of the work of faculty. And she knows how important it is to support you as faculty here today as you challenge students to reach their fullest potential. She also knows that it takes a village to make a campus run, and Concord University staff are the backbone, helping students through tough times, keeping the campus safe, advocating your mission through every piece of work they do. And as a community-minded leader, President Boggess knows how acutely this campus can impact the communities that surround it. From engaging the local business and civic organizations, to students helping local senior citizens and writing letters to military service members, Concord is sending a clear message that you are a campus that cares. So again, on behalf of the Higher Education Policy Commission, the Governor, and the great state of West Virginia, congratulations to you, President Boggess. We're grateful for your integrity, your commitment, and your leadership. And congratulations to the Board of Governors, students, faculty, staff, and administration on this historic moment. It is certainly a day to celebrate. Thank you.
Greetings on behalf of the Concord University Board of Governors will be brought to you by the chairman, Mr. Elliott Hicks.
We always get to wrestle with the little step that's behind here. Greetings from the Concord University Board of Governors. I'm happy to be here on this wonderful occasion to see all of you and welcome Kendra Bogus as the 12th president of Concord University. You know, when the Concord Board of Governors assumed the task of searching for a new president for the university, we knew we had quite a challenge. We had a university whose students are largely first-generation college students, having no one in their households familiar with the challenge of going away to college. We needed a president who understands that challenge, who understands what it's like to be a family pioneer, going where others in the family had not gone before. We found Kendra Bogus, herself a first-generation college goer, who knows our students because she was just like one of them. We have a university in the heart of Appalachia, a region whose college-going rate is not high, and whose families face a changing economy. We needed a president very familiar with this area and loyal to it, who understands the minds and the lives of students from the Appalachian region. We found Kendra Bogus, who brings 30 years of experience within the Concord family, where she has gained the experience needed to chart a new course that the university needs to take. Like every college or university, we face the challenge of doing business better, finding new funding sources in the face of declining support from our legislature. We needed a president who knows how to run a college like a business. We found Kendra Bogus, who not only has taught business for decades, but has helped to run a family business since her teen years, yet knows that college is not a factory, stamping out uniform and unimaginative parts. Like every college or university, the students, the faculty, and the staff often pull in different directions. We needed a president with a demonstrated ability to create an administration that can lead and cooperate with all facets of the university community. We found Kendra Bogus, who has been a teacher, a division head, a dean, and now our president. You know, the Board of Governors, we're ready to pat ourselves on the back for finding such a homegrown talent. And the day will come when we can do that. That day will probably be at the end of her term, when we see the wonderful things she has brought to this university and the wonderful catalyst for change that she's been. But only one person holds the title of president of Concord University at a time. Even though only one person holds that title, all of us in the Concord community have to pull together to make this presidency a success. We're very proud to welcome Kendra Bogus as the 12th president of Concord University.
Greetings on behalf of the Concord University faculty will be brought to you by President of the faculty, Dr. Susan Williams.
Good morning. President Bogus, President Emeritus Dr. Beasley, Chancellor Hill, Chairman Hicks, the Bogus family, and I have to say, what a role model your young family members have, Dr. Bogus. It's my honor to extend greetings on behalf of the Concord University to all of you, our greater Concord family, and this wonderful group of students who made it out on an early Saturday morning. My hat's off to you. Rarely does a person get their company's support to practice and share in their personal passions every day. And on some days, I'm sure my colleagues wouldn't agree with this statement, but a faculty position really is a dream come true, really. We've made the investment of time, of money, and our youth to achieve credentials that afford us the opportunity to flourish in our academic, another contentious word here at utopias. This university offers us the platform to continue our scholarly pursuits, to practice our craft, and, as Dr. Boggess shared yesterday, to inspire our students. And we're proud to call Concord University our home. This faculty is grateful for your leadership, Dr. Boggess, and your representation in the community and state as our ambassador of academic excellence and our desire to educate. You're our face, our voice. To the private and public sectors who will support this institution's dreams and efforts through gifts to the university, through new and refined state and federal policies that support liberal arts education, and through funding that will allow our university to continue to be the educational gem of this region. We don't envy you. This is a difficult charge, but we are relying on you. We thank you for your dignity, your energy, and diligence that you bring to your job that helps us do our jobs. And we're especially grateful for your trademark basket of candy that gets us through these events. We're pleased and honored to have you as our president and pledge our support as together we cultivate Concord University's future. Welcome, congratulations, and good luck. Thank you.
Greetings on behalf of the Concord University staff will be brought to you by President of the Classified Staff, Mrs. Carolyn Cox.
Good morning, Dr. Boggess, Chancellor Hicks, and honored guests and distinguished visitors. I am the Registrar of Concord University. Thank you for asking me to speak this morning as a representative of the classified staff of Concord University. The classified staff are like the roots of a tree. They are often unseen and unheard, but are vital to the well-being of the university. We keep the grass mowed, the snow shoveled, the bills paid, courses scheduled, and events such as this one organized and executed. We are often the students' number one cheerleaders and the shoulders that they cry on when things aren't going well. This is a great honor for me. I too am a first-generation college student, and to be asked to speak at the inauguration of a president would make my dad very proud. Many of our students are also first-generation college students, and this is a great day in the history of Concord University. From the beginning of her tenure as interim president, the classified staff have been supportive of President Boggess. As a faculty member, she began her relationship with the classified staff and has continued to build a positive relationship with our constituency. We West Virginians tend to be a somewhat clannish group due to our Scots-Irish heritage. And even though she is a Florida transplant, we consider her to be one of our own. However, we wonder, most people go from West Virginia to Florida. There must have been 4 very special someones that brought her to West Virginia. When a nationwide search was conducted to find the next president of Concord, we knew the best person was already in the building. President Boggess is an excellent leader. As a teacher and administrator, she is creating a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. If the legislature continues to cut funding, as is anticipated, President Boggess has a challenge facing her. But you know what? We think she's up for it. To quote Eleanor Roosevelt, "Women are like tea bags. We don't know our true strength until we are in hot water." Dr. Boggess, I think the tea kettle is whistling. Congratulations, Dr. Boggess. You are deserving of this honor. The classified staff wish you the best and will continue to support your efforts for the betterment of Concord University. Thank you.
Greetings on behalf of the Concord University student body will be brought to you by the President of the Student Government Association, Mr. Cody Boone.
I agree with Mr. Hicks. Good morning, students, faculty, staff, honored guests. I first met Dr. Bogus almost a year ago on the day that I assumed my duties as the student representative on the Board of Governors. We were at Stonewall Jackson for the Board of Governors Summit, and I remember wondering, just moments before our meeting, what had I gotten myself into? What did my position entail? And I honestly began doubting my abilities to fulfill that. To be honest, I was a nervous mess. But then I met Dr. Bogus. My focus was pulled in by her enthusiasm. My nerves disappeared because of her support, and I became more determined than ever from that single exchange. Over the course of the last year, we saw a lot of each other, and I came to admire her as a leader. And from that admiration and her support, I was able to develop as a leader among the students. The student body, and I personally, thank you for your years of dedicated service at Concord University, and we all look forward to the following years under your leadership. You're an inspiration to the students and someone that we as a constituency can be proud to call president. Thank you.
Greetings on behalf of the Concord University alumni will be brought to you by President of the Alumni Association, Mrs. Rose Kessinger.
You got the battle of the steps going on up here. On behalf of the members of the Concord University Alumni Association, I bring you greetings. It is an honor to be with you today as we celebrate the inauguration of Dr. Kendra Bogus as the 12th president of Concord University. A charter granted by the West Virginia legislature on February 28, 1872, established Concord State Normal School. In 1931, the name was changed to Concord State Teachers College. In 1943, it became Concord College, and in 2004, Concord University. Since its inception, Concord University has established a distinguished legacy of quality education. Concord provides rigorous programs which prepare students to pursue various graduate study and career options and to assume leadership and professional roles in a multicultural society. Ultimately, Concord University measures its success by the fulfillment alumni find in their careers and throughout their lives. The alumni are one of the stewards of the university. The mission of the association is to organize and conduct activities that will perpetuate pleasant memories and friendships among alumni, faculty, staff, students, and friends of the university. The association engages in activities that support the growth and development of the university. Earlier this month, Dr. Bogus took time from her busy schedule to meet with the officers of the Alumni Association. We found her to have a clear academic and organizational vision for the university. She is willing to embrace and collaborate with the alumni base of the university, the Athens community, the region, and the state of West Virginia. We found her knowledgeable about academics and committed to a quality-driven, cost-effective post-secondary education program. President Bogus, the Concord alumni welcome your leadership and we pledge to support you in the years ahead to achieve the mission and goals of Concord University. Congratulations.
We would now like to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Vince Calley. Mr. Calley is a 1970 graduate of Concord University and has been a management consultant for over 35 years, serving clients in both the private and public sector. Mr. Calley is a former member of the panel of arbitrators of the American Arbitration Association. Before his retirement, Mr. Calley was the global operations manager and partner in the global services firm Deloitte Touche. As a practicing management consultant, Mr. Calley dedicated significant time and interest to improving and strengthening the profession. He has served on the Concord University Business Advisory Council for nearly a decade.
Good morning. It's my privilege to deliver the keynote remarks in honor of the presidential inauguration of my dear friend, Dr. Kendra Bogers, as Concord University's 12th president. As an alumnus of Concord, I applaud the Board of Governors for their selection of Dr. Bogers as Concord's new president. As the first woman president of Concord, Dr. Bogers was not given this responsibility. She earned it. Her accomplishments as a businesswoman, administrator, and most importantly, an educator, has provided her with a unique understanding of challenge, risk, and reward. From her first job as neighborhood babysitter to her experiences helping her parents build a successful retail business, she learned and understood the sacrifices one must endure to fulfill personal promises and achieve success. These encounters, all with passionate human interactions, helped to make Dr. Bogers an outstanding educator and leader, abundantly qualified to be president of Concord University. The role of president is not only a professional responsibility, it's a personal obligation. Dr. Bogers' lifetime experiences as a daughter, sister, wife, mother, and grandparent has prepared her to step up to the challenges and demands of this new and important appointment. She understands when and how to use caring approaches to address the struggles students and faculty endure in their everyday demands to carry out responsibilities and achieve personal goals. But what lies ahead for Dr. Bogers as his new role as president? In an environment of waning enrollment, budgetary limitations, and diminished employment opportunities, there are no quick and easy solutions. Dr. Bogers will rely on a proven approach to overcome these obstacles, determination to succeed, and teaming with her colleagues. Although it's not practical to be everything to everyone, in a compassionate and collaborative manner, her answers will track Concord's strategic objectives and successfully address the basic principle: what serves best the faculty, students, administration, and community serves best the needs of Concord University. I began my college education at the then Concord College. It was 1964. My, how times have changed. Today is marked by a relentless push to evolve, an unabated rush to capture the leading edge, be state-of-the-art in everything we do. That dominates today's thinking. Concord is no different, and in my view, this is a good thing. To achieve at this level, however, requires exceptional leadership, the leadership of Dr. Bogers, clearly the right person for these times. She's a visionary, one who uses a creative intellect to deal with the complex and will create a confident and positive outlook on campus, no matter what the circumstances. To respond to uncertainties and the unpredictable, changes will inevitably be made. The only constant in our culture is change. Although Dr. Bodges realizes that dilemma can cause change, changing demands superior leadership. Her leadership style, utilizing collaboration and sensitivity, will ensure the right decisions are made with positive effects benefiting all stakeholders. A few months ago, I was asked to assist in a leadership development program for school principals in the Spring Branch Independent School District, a suburb of Houston, Texas. The program was called Courageous Principals. I really didn't associate courage with being a successful grade school or high school principal. But after 3 days with 130 principals, it was clear to me everyday educators at all levels experienced a realization of what they do, how they resolve issues, and their transfer of knowledge can create consequences. These consequences influence the thinking and decision-making of students and faculty. At the university level, this is pronounced, since judgments are made by students that can determine the course of their careers and their personal lives. It takes courage to look a student in the eye and communicate knowledge or a perspective that could change the path of a career decision or a personal choice. It takes courage to convince a faculty member that a course change is not a risk, but an opportunity to elevate a curriculum. As Hemingway once said, courage is grace under pressure. Dr. Bodges has the courage to make the tough decisions to keep Concord University on its successful path, its traditions intact. She will stand firm without compromising her sense of style, her manner, and her compassion. As I said earlier, there are no easy solutions to the many challenges and demands of the president of Concord University. If you just stop for a moment and consider, in the current population of students are the next generation of scientists, teachers, business professionals, entrepreneurs, artists, military leaders, elected officials, athletic coaches, the list goes on and on. Many of these men and women have the potential to someday change the world. Their futures are in the trusted hands of Concord's faculty, administrators, and the leadership of Dr. Bodges. When we consider the responsibilities of president of Concord University, it really comes down to understanding and being respectful of differences. Respecting differences will help to ensure a quality education and its inevitable impact and influence on the quality of life in Southern West Virginia, the state of West Virginia, the region, the country, and if you have not noticed the many international students at Concord, it can also have an influence on a foreign culture. This is a big job. The expectations of success, although lofty, represent Concord University here in the 21st century. They represent Concord in the capable hands and leadership of its new standard bearer for many years to come, Concord University's president, Dr. Kendra Bodges. Thank you.
Dr. Boggess and honored guests, we appreciate the opportunity to be able to share some music with you this morning. We're going to be singing an African-American spiritual called Soon Will Be Done.
Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God.
I want to meet my mother. I want to meet my mother. I want to meet my mother. Gone to live with God. I want to meet my mother. I want to meet my mother. I want to meet my mother. Gone to live with God.
Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God. No more,
No more.
women and away,
Women.
no more,
No more.
women and away,
Women.
no more,
No more women and women have gone to live with God.
no more,
No more.
women and away,
Women.
no more,
No more.
women and away,
Women no more.
No more.
Women and a women. Women and a women. Women and a women. Free women. No women. No more. Women. No more weeping.
Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon we'll be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God.
I want to meet my Jesus. I want to meet my Jesus. I want to meet my Jesus. Gone to live with God. I want to meet my Jesus. I want to meet my Jesus. I want to meet my Jesus. Gone to live with God. I'm going to live with God. I'm going to live with God.
The investiture ceremony is counted among one of the oldest traditions in academia. This ceremony is marked by the presentation of the university's medallion and mace to the university's new president as a sign of authority. The investiture will be conducted by the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission Chancellor, Dr. Paul Hill, and Concord University Board of Governors Chair, Mr. Elliott Hicks.
Excuse me.
Members of the Concord University Board of Governors, distinguished college and university presidents, and representatives members of the Concord faculty, administration, and student body, honored guests, and friends of Concord University. It is a great pleasure and privilege for me to be here with you today to confer Concord University's highest office upon Dr. Kendra Boggess. The West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission, which oversees higher education statewide, has assigned the authority to select presidents to the board, by the Board of Governors of the individual universities, and Concord's board has made an excellent choice in Dr. Kendra Boggess. Today, she will receive a symbol of her new office, the President's Medallion, which she will wear around her neck at convocations, commencements, and other important ceremonial occasions. Its weight is a reminder of the heavy responsibilities that must be willingly carried by all who occupy positions of leadership. And the design on the face, a reproduction of the university seal, is a representation of the large community that she serves. Dr. Boggess, would you please come forward?
Dr. Kendra Boggess, you've been duly selected to serve as president of Concord University. It is my great pleasure, as chairman of the University Board of Governors, along with Chancellor Hill, to install you in that office with all of its requisite rights, privileges, and responsibilities. By accepting the President's Medallion and Mace, you accept the charge to serve with diligence, dedication, energy, vision, and integrity as you carry out the duties of President of Concord University.
Mr. Chairman, Chancellor, platform guests, members of the Board of Governors, state legislators, city and council or county officials, institutional delegates, Concord University community, faculty, staff, and students, and distinguished guests. It's an honor to accept the Concord University President's Medallion, and I thank you for the honor you have bestowed upon me, for the opportunity to lead, and for the trust that you've placed in me. I come before you today humbled at being selected as the 12th president of this historic and treasured university in southern West Virginia. Many thousands have passed through Concord's doors, from talented scholars and devoted administrators and staff to generous volunteers, remarkable students, gifted artists, and involved supportive members of the regional community. Each of these groups have played and will continue to play meaningful roles in creating the university of promise and inspiration we are here to celebrate today. Please allow me to take a few moments to thank everyone who's spoken today for their generous and encouraging comments. It's a little overwhelming. I pledge to each of you that the welfare of Concord University will be my first and foremost goal in the days, the weeks, and the months ahead. And I will work with enthusiasm, dedication, and transparency and vision in collaboration with my colleagues, the faculty, the staff, the alumni, students, and the Board of Governors to advance the university and surrounding communities. We will reflect the strong academic traditions of the university, and we will meet the goals set forth in our mission. I want to recognize my family and friends, especially those who have traveled here today. You are my strength and my balance when things get, as they sometimes do in these jobs, a little bit crazy. There are a few very special people today that I'd like to recognize and with whom I would not be here. Their support should be recognized, so please let me name just a few members of my family. As has been noted, I am a first-generation college student, and like many students who attend Concord College or Concord University, and without the encouragement and the support of my mother, who's here today, Val Staley, and my father, who we miss very much, I would never have been able to, nor would I have probably thought about attending college. But my mother told me, "You will go." My husband, Ted Bogus, has supported and encouraged me much of the way through all my graduate school, and he is my most important partner in this new endeavor. My sons, Jeff, Todd, and Tim, their wives and their families have cheered me on more times than I can count. Excuse me. My nephew, Christopher, who's traveled here from Florida to be with us, is a cherished member of our family. He's always inspired me and challenged me. And I'll tell you a little story. When he was about 10 and I was in graduate school and I was teaching at a college, so I thought I knew a little bit, he turned to me one day and he said, "You know, you're studying wrong. You're spending I tell him I was studying like 3 or 4 hours at a time. And he said, "You know what I've learned? If you only study 15 minutes and you take a break, you learn better." He was right. To my grandchildren, thank you for always bringing joy into my life. I'm very honored that Mr. Vince Calley agreed to serve as our keynote speaker today. He has been an inspiration to me. He's a Concord alumnus. He represents the pinnacle of leadership in business and has taught me a great deal as a member of our Business Advisory Council over the years. I would also like to acknowledge some of the people who've worked so hard to prepare for this event and this week's event. I've watched as you've created and you've sent hundreds and thousands of emails and invitations, and you've cleaned and tidied the campus, you've taken phone calls, you've trimmed the lawns, you've planted autumn flowers which were due to be planted. And I know this is not a verb, but you've Facebooked and you've Twittered about events, and that might be a verb. You've worked very hard, though, to make the theater look beautiful. You've served wonderful foods and beverages, you've performed beautiful music, and you've carried out so many more responsibilities. I want to thank you very much for all that you've done, and I want to make special thanks to Laura Woolwine and Trina Stovall, who in my office, who have tended to every single detail. Thank you all so much. This celebration of the university was planned to recognize Concord University, its heritage, its spirit, its purpose, and the contributions of its faculty, staff, and students throughout its 142-year history. The ceremony we've engaged in, this inauguration, the pomp and the circumstance, the traditional robes and rituals, and the hat that's falling off my head. Please understand, while this may appear to be about an individual, it is not. It's about this institution. It's about its heritage and its academic traditions. Concord is a remarkable school. It's poised and ready for its next period of growth and success based upon our heritage, our mission, and our new strategic goals. And we are now at a special time in Concord's history. It's a time of new beginnings. Yet we continue our commitment to our mission, which states, the mission of Concord University is to provide a quality, liberal arts-based education, to foster scholarly activity, and to serve the regional community. Our roots in this region are profound, and they are intertwined with the communities and the region of which they are a part. Our graduate success stories continue to provide indisputable evidence of the worthiness of public education. As CEOs, scientists, health professionals, doctors, lawyers, teachers, social workers, entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, and even public officials emerge among our graduates. Our students' success has long defined Concord University. Our academic programs and our degree offerings continue to grow in number and in quality. In serving as the interim president last year, it was my great privilege to meet and speak with many of our alumni who live in this region and beyond. The stories they have shared with me about their experiences at Concord are inspiring, and they weave the strands of our heritage together with the students of today. Their stories about the friends they made, about the experiences they had, that one special faculty member that made all the difference by helping them in a class. They went way above what they needed to do for our students. And that's a thread that links each generation with the next. Graduates often share stories about staff members who had a similar impact on our lives. I often think that our faculty teach students and they care about them and they work with them, and our staff adopt them, which is wonderful. Graduates often share stories, this is the heritage, rather, of Concord University. We are a unique community. It's large enough to provide diverse offerings, and it's small enough to care about each student. We believe ourselves to be fortunate enough to have the opportunity to get to know each student. One of my mentors here, who some of you may know, was a lady named Mrs. Sonia Carter. She taught in the business division, and she told me to remember that while young people are attending school here, they are your students. Later, they will become your friends. She was absolutely right, and what a privilege it is to work at a university where that is possible and that it happens often. In reading faculty evaluations written by our students, it's always so interesting, and sometimes it's surprising, to learn that nearly every one of us faculty members have students who believe we're the next thing to sliced bread. I mean, they think we're really amazing. One student last year shared with me that his professor had saved his academic life by sending regular email reminders to him about things that were going on in class because he was having personal problems back home. Another student visited my office to tell me that her toughest professor spent an hour and a half with them before the final exam, not telling them what the answers were, but convincing them and helping them to gain the confidence that they needed to do well in the exam. And she did succeed. She is now in her third year of law school, and I know she's going to be returning here soon, and she's going to have that diploma in her hand and her license to practice law. We are small enough to know our students well, and again, we believe that's a benefit both to the students and to the faculty. I want to thank all our faculty and our staff for building an identity at Concord that includes some of the small community values that we believe are important. So where are we now? Despite the fact that higher ed is facing disruption and reinvention, Concord will continue to offer the high-quality programs for which it is known. Although some political leaders have made decisions that have severely cut higher ed budgets, and they threaten the ability of institutions to continue to offer high-quality programs, Concord is determined to do exactly that. States and the federal government had shifted the increasing cost of higher education to our students, to their parents, and even to lenders. The competition is growing in higher education. There are newly designed technologies that have created new learning modalities that never existed before. Some media outlets have even begun to ask questions of those of us in higher education about whether a college degree is really worth the time, the cost, and the effort. Concord University and I am here to tell you, everyone else who will listen, that it isn't just worthwhile. It's an essential part of the next generation's ability to succeed. And I'm taking this off. I give up. Sorry. We remember the words of Nelson Mandela, who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." Parts of our community need help. Parts of our region need help. Parts of our country need help. Parts of the world need help. They need assistance and they need change, and Concord has long served the purpose of assisting those in our community to change, to grow, and to succeed. There's a new set of income statistics, and as a business professor, I always read those, that answers those questions clearly. According to new data, which is based on an analysis of Labor Department statistics by the Economic Policy Institute in Washington, Americans with four-year college degrees earn 98% more on an hour on average in 2013 than people without a degree. 98% more. The pay gap between college graduates and everyone else reached a record high in 2013. It is certainly not all about the income, but it is good to know that the dollars our students invest are likely to be returned to them in the long run, and the satisfaction they find in their careers and in their lives based upon their education with a liberal arts foundation are substantial as well. So although we see this as a most challenging time, and I appreciate our board members and others here on stage who spoke earlier recognizing it, I believe that the moments of greatest challenge are also the greatest opportunity times. So Concord will soon complete its new strategic plan, and we believe it is going to help us to see the challenges we face as opportunities. Our plan will help Concord to support the needs of West Virginia and the region in which we live, learn, and work. We will succeed in reaching our goals, and we will exceed our own expectations. Where might this plan take us, and what is my vision? I think I've been asked that question about 150 times in the last 2 months. Where will your vision take us? I believe that Concord University, 5 years from now, will have grown. The growth will make us stronger and better able to serve students in the region in which we're located. We're likely to have a more focused academic program, and we will erase some of the artificial distinctions between learning and the application of learning in the world. Our academic programs, however, will have more of the resources they need to help students be successful. Programs don't run without people. This is a future that we can attain by working together. I would like to mention that beyond the strategic plan, there are so many excellent things going on at Concord. They really are too numerous to mention in this forum. I can't begin to share them all, but I would like you to know the activities, the service projects, the teaching, and the scholarship taking place at Concord today are inspiring, and they're serving the needs of students, the institution, and the state. Our faculty and our staff inspire students and will continue to do so. Beyond the academic areas, if you have time to walk around campus today, you'll see a lot of physical changes taking place. Beginning in March of the coming year, we're expecting to begin renovation of the tower's dormitories. The changes are designed to make our students' lives better. They might need air conditioning. And so that will be there. Better cable, online access, new carpets, bathrooms, exterior walls. We're really excited for this project to begin. Please take time also to visit our library, which has been renovated, rewired for better technology service, air-conditioned for student and staff comfort, along with the added benefit of preserving our many printed materials. We're planning a grand opening October 10th, and I believe Connie Shumate would invite all of you to attend. The Fine Arts Center has a new elevator that provides for additional handicap accessibility, and you may have noticed that if you walk around campus, the sidewalks are pretty torn up. That's another ADA compliance project that's been funded partially by the Higher Ed Policy Commission, who Dr. Hill represents. And this means we're now able to serve even more students who have special needs. So our facilities staff also inspire us and will continue to do so. In terms of fundraising, we're going to begin planning a capital funds campaign in the near future, but at present, we're completing a fundraising drive to renovate our track project so that our nationally ranked award-winning track and field athletes will have the home field advantage they deserve by being able to use our track regularly. Additionally, all members of the community will have access to use the track, whether they're faculty, students, or staff, or residents of Athens. Last week, we received 2 substantial donations from 2 local foundations that have put us very, very close to our goal, and we really thank those representatives who are here who tell me they don't want to be named, but we really do appreciate your help. Looking ahead, I'd like to add that each person here, the faculty, the staff, and the students, alumni, friends of the universities, other presidents, and representatives of other institutions play an important role in the future of our university. The time, the talents, the dedication of our faculty members and staff have carried us through years of plenty and of scarcity in our history, and they'll continue to do that. The faculty and staff's dedication to students and their intellectual growth is well known and will continue to be important and valued in the years ahead. The alumni and friends of the university inspire us. You have worked diligently to remain connected to the university in so many ways, including today's event. Each touch you offer, each story you share with us about your experiences here is an inspiration for each of us to continue to work hard for the benefit of current students. We also appreciate your generosity of time in mentoring, in presenting to and providing opportunities for students in internships, in performances, and in providing professional opportunities in students' post-graduation lives. Needless to say, your generous support of the university in so many ways is important and is never overlooked. The scholarships you have funded, the donations, the trips you've made possible are generous and have allowed us to provide more support to our students than we could have done on our own. And finally, to conclude, as Concord's new president, I look forward to hearing more of your stories and to listening carefully to your suggestions and advice in furthering the mission of Concord. Let us remember that in this moment, what is demanded is simply the best from us. Concord is a wonderful institution that has served thousands of students and will serve thousands more in the future. I look forward to sharing simply my best for myself, our faculty, and our staff with you, and to seeing you do the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Boggess, for your inspiring words and your vision for Concord University. We welcome you as our president and look forward to working with you as this university moves into a future filled with high achievement in the service of the people of West Virginia, the nation, and the world. And now, would you all please rise for the singing of the alma mater? You will find the words printed on the back of the program. We will be led by Dr. Hudson in the Concord University Concords. The audience may be seated while the faculty and delegates remain standing for the recessional. Once again, thank you for being part of this momentous occasion for Concord University. After the recessional is finished, you are all invited to attend the Concord University Mountain Lion football game starting at 12 o'clock at Callahan Stadium.